Na jayate mriyate va kadachin. We are not going to take birth, but we celebrate birthday. We are not going to die, but we become morose of the death. What is going to take birth? What is going to die? The body is going to die. Atma is not going to take birth, neither is not it is going to die. Na jayate mriyate. Mriyate means mrityu. Na jayate. Jayate means birth. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin. Nayam bhutva na bhavita na bhuyaha. The body is going to die, body is going to take birth. So these are the 6 kinds of body. Generally, this is the matter. Matter goes through these kinds of changes. Especially living body. Okay. The body is subjected to 6 kinds of transformations. Prabhupada writes, first, number 1, birth. It takes birth. Come down, keep selecting down. It takes its birth from the womb of the mother's body. So this birth can be in various ways. Sometimes by air. You have seen this pollen grains. Pollen grains, it takes birth of new plant. New plant. Through seed sometimes. When we sow a seed, new plant takes birth. By intercourse, like male and female, human beings, they intercourse. Sometimes by egg. Sometimes by egg. Some like birds, they take birth from egg. Sometimes from the womb. Sometimes even from the transformation of sweat. Sweat, you know. Sweat. Like this, in various ways, the body takes birth. Through egg, through sexual intercourse, through transformation of sweat glands, through ears also. There are some animals or birds, they transform their ear and tears, eyes, tears, they take birth. So this body is taken birth. This is the first stage. Next stage, come down, keep selecting down. Banusri. It takes birth from the womb of the mother's body, number 1, then remains for some time. Are you there? Select it down. You just have to drag it. Birth is a first change. First, it's a point of birthday. So this birthday we celebrate for the body, not for the soul. Remember this. So remember, whenever you are celebrating, somebody wishing you happy birthday, understand that many years got lost. And some more years you are just close to some more years you are very close to the death. I mean, not you, the body is going to dwindle soon. I remember in the childhood we used to take a lot of fun in birthdays. If somebody is wishing us, we used to become very happy. But now, after some time, we understand, same birthday it is. This is a body. It is very, very miserable. Yes. So birth is a first stage. Second, number 2, it remains for some time. It remains for some time. Then third, it starts growing. It starts growing in size. The body parts, it increases its size. People think, oh, by feeding food it is growing. Understand this point, not by feeding food. Because of presence of soul, the body is growing. Because of presence of soul, body is growing. Otherwise, you see this mobile, when you purchase this mobile is just this much size. Is this mobile grown its size? I have this stand, selfie stick. It has not grown its size. It has just remained like that only. Because it is a matter. Because of presence of soul, the body is growing in its size. Body is growing. So not by feeding food, Don't think it is a misunderstanding. It stays for some time and it grows. This is the third stage, growing. And then it produces some byproducts. Okay, it grows, produces some effects. It produces some byproducts. Like it produces sweat. It produces offsprings. Only living body can produce offsprings, means children's. Dead body cannot produce any children's. One Samsung phone, one iPhone, when they come together, you will not get another iPod. You will not get it. Because it is just a matter. But when one boy and girl, when they come together, then there is a new boy takes birth. Living body, not dead body. So this body, it takes birth, it remains for some time, and it grows. And fourth thing is, it produces the byproducts. Gradually, it dwindles. It starts dwindling. This body, it dwindles. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin. The Atma is not going to take birth, not going to die, but the body is going to take birth. It is going to remain for some time. It grows and it produces some byproducts, and gradually it dwindles. Have you seen this curve? It goes like this and come like this curve. Graphs like that. So this body also, initially it is very active, too much active in childhood, in teenage. It is so much active, this body. But it for some time, after married life, we produce some children. This body produces some children. Then it starts dwindling. The body becomes weak and weak. It gets affected by diseases. The function of kidney becomes weak. The functioning of heart becomes weak. Everybody experiences this. Everybody knows this. The liver starts functioning, the function becomes weak. The efficiency and effectiveness of this body becomes slowly starts dwindling. It becomes weak and weak. This is the fifth stage. And last, it vanishes into oblivion. I mean, it gets deteriorated and it gets completely spoiled. So that is called death. These are the 6 changes of the body. It takes birth. Remember these are. It takes birth, this body, and it remains for some time. It produces some byproducts, and it starts dwindling. Yes. Gradually dwindles, and it's completely gets spoiled. Yes. These are 6. It takes birth, number 1. It remains for some time. It produces some byproducts. It grows. Okay. It grows. Then it affects. It gradually dwindles, and then lastly it vanquishes. These all changes are happening in the body because of presence of soul. Remember this. Nails are growing. Every time we are cutting nails, right? Just yesterday only I cut my nails. Again it will grow. After 1 week it will grow again. The presence of soul. Because of presence of soul, nail grows. Hair is growing. I do trimming. Why it is growing? Because the presence of soul, it is growing. Dead body it will not grow. Hair will not grow. Nails will not grow. Eyes will not blink. Shwasa will not happen. Only because of soul, the body is functioning. At the time of death, it is said at the time of death, all this body gets dwindled. When we bury this body in the ground, if we bury this body in the ground, the water content in the body will go and merge with the water. The earth element in the body will go and merge with the earth. The Agni in the body will go and merge with the Agni. It will merge with the Panchabhutas. This body, it will merge in the Panchabhutas. Maybe if some jackals, if some animals, when they eat this body, so this body turns into, anybody knows? When the jackals, when the lion, when the animals eat this body, what happens? This body turns into stool of the animals, stool of the animals. Okay, if suppose if you burn this body, this body becomes ashes. Okay, if you bury this body, some insects will come and eat this body, and it will become a food for insects. This is a stage of body. This body is completely useless. One day, one point of time, this body is, nobody cares for this body. One husband and wife, they got newly married. They went for honeymoon. They booked a nice first 5-star hotel. Nowadays, not 5-star, now 7 stars are there. So they booked a nice 7-star hotel. They are spending their personal time, intimate relationship. They slept whole nights nicely. Next day morning, when she woke up, she saw that the husband died on the same bed. One day night, she was so nicely taking care of the husband, serving the husband, pampering. He was pampering her. She was kissing her, hugging him, kissing him. But next day morning, when the person died, she doesn't want to stay with him even for a minute. She immediately called parents that this guy died on the bed. See, she cares for this body so much, so nicely, just 1 hour, 2 hours before. But when it is known that this guy is died, she even becomes fearful of staying with him, with this body. So body doesn't have any value. No matter how much people love you, no matter how much love they show you, cares they show you, but when you die, when you leave this body, nobody is going to take care of this body. They just hardly they can keep for 5 hours, 6 hours, maximum 12 hours they will keep this body under the ice, and they will throw this body in the Shamshan Ghat. They will throw this. They cannot keep you for a long time, this body. So this is a position of body. It's completely useless. Only and only when we use this body in the service of Krishna, that has some value for some time. Otherwise, this body is useless. It undergoes these 6 changes. Now hear carefully. Devotees, hear carefully. The Prabhupada writes ahead. Can you read this ahead? Bhanusri? The soul, however, can you read that? The soul, however, yeah, in the same continue purport. Yeah.
The soul, however, does not go through such changes. Not born, but because based on the material body, the body takes its birth. The soul does not take birth there, and the soul does not die. Anything which has birth also has death. And because the soul has no birth, he therefore has no past, present or future. He is eternal, ever existing and primeval, that is, there is no.
See, that's how. Soul doesn't have any birth. Even though body is going through the changes, it goes through such kind of changes, but soul is not going to change. Soul, in the childhood also, soul is eternal. When we grow up in youth, the same soul is there. When we become elderly person, still the same soul is there. Body keeps changing, but soul doesn't change. Have you seen this there is a there is some movie, I didn't remember. In my college days, I saw this movie. Mother, okay, I will give this statement. Hear carefully. Mother recognizes her child no matter whatever dress he wears. Mother recognizes her child no matter whatever dress he wears, he or she wears. Similarly, we may have different body. There is a movie I remembered. There are two heroes in that movie. One hero, he gets an accident and whole body gets smashed. Then the doctors, they give, he's still alive. So they go through the plastic surgery, giving a new face cut to him. He's alive, huh? He's not died. The soul has not passed away. Soul is still there in the body. So he got a new face cut, which is of already existing person, the face cut. So when he becomes that, then the dual characters comes into the movie. But mother recognizes the person, even though he changed completely plastic surgery, some completely body, mother recognizes that person. For a mother, no matter what kind of dress you wear, still she remembers you are her child. So body may change completely. We may do heart transplantation. We may do liver transplantation. There is a chances, they can do. Heart transplantation they can do. They can completely take out the blood and give a new blood, new circulation of blood. They can change even brain. They can change even mind. They can change everything in the body. They can change bones. But they cannot change the soul. Soul is never changing. It never changes. But the question comes. Yes, okay. But the question comes, okay, Prabhupada writes ahead. The history, can you read that line? There is no trace in the history. He is coming into being. And okay, can you read that statement?
Yes, Prabhu.
There is a line. Can you read that? You can keep in a highlight stage. No, you can just keep highlight. There is no trace in the history of his coming into being. So, okay, Prabhupada writes this. There is no trace of the soul coming into existing. Okay, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. So, Prabhupada writes, there is no history that when the soul has taken birth, no history. You cannot trace back when the soul took birth. No. It is only birth. Body takes birth. Soul never takes birth. That's why na jayate, na mriyate kadachin. The soul never takes birth. But because body takes birth, then we ask question, Are, when the soul has taken birth, what is the history of the soul? When the soul has come to this material world, Prabhupada writes. See, this is a question generally people ask. Why we have come? When we have come to this material world, from the spiritual world, when we have come? Why such questions comes, Why such questions comes? Because we are in the impression of the body. We think that I am this body. Body has a birth date. Body has a death date. Similarly, soul also must be having birth date, death date. No. Soul doesn't come into being. It doesn't take birth. It is eternally existing. It is eternally existing. The soul is eternally existing. There is no point of death. There is no point of birth for this soul. Only body keeps changing. Only body takes birth. Only body die. So why we get such questions? History of the soul. When the soul came. Why we get? Because we are in the impression of body. Oh, body has taken birth. Body is dying. So soul also must be taking birth. Soul also must be dying. That is our wrong conception. Soul is Sanatana. Soul is Sanatana. When we understand this point, then we understand Sanatana Dharma. When we understand I'm the soul, I'm not this body, I'm eternal, then we come to the point of Sanatana Dharma. Otherwise, being in the impression of body, we think I accept sometimes as a Muslim, sometimes as a Christian. Oh, I don't like this, then I will turn into Hindu. No, no, no. Hinduism, hodgepodge, then I will turn into Christian. No, no, no. I will not at all follow any religion, then I will become atheist. No, no, I don't want to become atheist. I will be good, do good person. Like this, we keep changing our impressions, bodily concepts of life. Oh, I'm an Indian. Oh, I'm a Muslim. I'm a Christian. I'm a Australian. I'm male. I'm female. I'm so and so. I'm employee of this company. I'm student of that. I'm father. I'm mother. I'm son of so and so. I'm daughter of so and so. We completely go through such impressions. These are all conditional, temporary, bodily concept of life. So we should understand that I'm not this body. All these temporary designations are for some time. These are just for some time. It is just temporary designations, all that. We should understand I'm not this body. I'm ever changing, never changing spirit, soul, Atman. When we understand that, then we understand what is Sanatana Dharma, eternal religion. Okay, where this soul is coming from. That's how we go into. Okay, we'll continue our discussion on the same sloka tomorrow. Thank you all very much. Anybody has any questions, comments, what we discussed today, devotees? About the six changes of the body, and soul is never changing, never takes birth, never dies. Anyone has any question, comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Pranati.
The body is a temple, the jiva is God.
Okay. So question, it's a comment or a question?
Question.
Yes. Yes, body is a temple. We take care of this body only when we recognize there is a super soul in it. Only when we invite Krishna in our heart. That time it becomes a temple. Otherwise, we treat this body as a kachra dabba. Eat anything, throw anything in the stomach. So this body is considered as a temple when we invite Krishna into our heart. When we recognize, oh, there is a Krishna in our heart. That is a Paramatma. Then only we consider this body as a temple. Otherwise, we are misusing it. You got it?
Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Any other question, comment, devotees? Okay. Thank you all very much. We'll end here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, Bhanusri, you have a question?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, Atma and Paramatma both they will lie in our body, not Prabhu.
Yes.
Then during taking that in womb also Paramatma will be present, Prabhu, like that.
Where? In the womb?
Like some.
In the womb?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. In the womb also Paramatma is there. That's where we promised Paramatma. That's where we promised Krishna. Oh, Paramatma, oh my Lord, please release me from this pain. After coming out, I will serve you. We have promised Paramatma, but we have cheated him. Means we have not stood on our words.
And during this, Prabhu,
Yeah. Paramatma is there always with soul. His accompanying soul. After death, during death, all the times. Okay? Yes, Pranavi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, soul resides within the heart, no, Prabhuji?
Yes.
when heart transplantation is taking place, then that same ways does it go, Prabhuji? That heart is other person heart, no, Prabhuji. At
Interesting.
that time,
Interesting.
books only.
Interesting question. Yes. See, Sarvagataha, we read that. Sarvagataha. Atma is residing. There is a region of heart. It is mentioned as a region as heart. It, it's at the heart area it resides. It doesn't require, it doesn't necessary that soul and Paramatma resides in the heart or in the somewhere in the corner of the uh, pipeline system in the heart. No, it doesn't mean that. It resides in the region of the heart. That's what it is said. It doesn't require only in the heart, physical heart. No, it is too subtle. Okay?
That means not material in other dimension at that region.
Yes, yes, yes.
One more thing, Prabhuji, I want to say. Like
What?
common not question. When I used to read Gita, I never had this much deeper insight while I'm listening to your lectures. And the different view, I'm getting different perception, Prabhuji. I mean,
Yeah, good.
view of it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank
Thank
you
you
very
so
much
much.
for your comment. So, our perception has to be changed. Seeing the world around us, seeing our own life. When we hear Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita like this daily basis, our perception towards our own body changes, our own life changes, around around us changes, around society changes. We see, we can see that. But this can be happen through years. We can see the world through years. We should hear from bona fide devotees. Then we can change. Otherwise, Bhagavad Gita means Bhagavad Gita. Okay, okay. बहुत अच्छा भगवद गीता है. पढ़ना चाहिए. What to read? This is all we have to supposed to understand. Okay, thank you for the comment. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll end here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sadanlal ji.